I'm going to show you how to repair loose bindings on a Nordic cross-country ski. This is very similar across many brands. If you found this content helpful, hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. You can see here the buckle. The first one was good, but you can see the gap in between the ski and the binding buckle. And that's going to be bad. If we were to keep using these while that was happening, it would eventually rip out, potentially while you're on the trail. And in this case, they've been loose for so long, you can't just tighten them. We're going to have to do something else, and I'm going to show you how to do that. First thing you do is pop off this front cover. That gives us access to the one screw that holds in the front there. And you can only get to it when the buckle is in the correct position. You can see here, it's, halfway up, maybe a little more. Now we can access it, remove it with the Phillips head screwdriver. This screwdriver is actually too small. I got it out, but we actually switched to a bigger one. So you can see here, it's released. Now you want to get Teflon tape around that, but unfortunately we can't do that without removing the two back screws that also hold in the buckle. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pry this off, and they should give access to the two screws underneath. You can see here, I already removed them out. So there's 3 screws in total on this particular binding. I'm going to wrap them in that Teflon tape very tightly, maybe 3, 4, 5 times, depending on how bad the situation is. You can see here I wrapped it, about 4 or 5 times. Here's the buckle off, and we need to place the screw back into place. So I'm just popping that in there, and I'm going to use a screwdriver to push it in all the way. Now that one is in there, we can place it back on the ski and tuck it under kind of that bridge in the middle there. So just tuck it under there. We can screw the binding back into place. You can see I'm lining it up there. Again, the buckle needs to be at a certain position to access the screw. Like I said, this is where I switched screwdrivers because it was starting to strip it and I didn't want to cause any more damage. So I used a pretty big, maybe size 3 Phillips head. Then I easily got the other 2 and just kind of rotated that bridge piece in the middle. Just kind of shifted it, got those down nice and tight. With all 3 of those down tight, we can now slip that, not the buckle piece, but what I'm calling that bridge piece behind it, and cut that back into place. And you got to be delicate because you don't want to break these plastic components. So make sure everything's nice and tight. And I kind of just pulled this, I bowed it, and could slip it under there and get it back into place. I'm just holding it up right now. You see kind of how I did it. And I slipped it right back under there. It probably would have been easier to do with the screws loose a little, but I still got it in there. So now that it's nice and tight, we can put that screw cover back on the front buckle. And if you found this content helpful, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. If you have any questions, I'll try to help you out. Just leave them in the comments.